So here we are discussing about the HTTP request and reply messages. So the request may consist of GET. Version is 1.1 and headers and message body. So method the HTTP request message consists of method of URL which contains the resource to be located on the server, HTTP version 1.1, headers and message body. Okay, so that is about the request message from the HTTP. So what about head? So head contains information about the data such as time of last modification, its type and size, and post method it specifies the URL that can deal with the data supplied with the request. Okay, and request data supplied is stored with the given URL as it's identified, and delete is it is a server may not always have this operation. It is about the HTML request message. Okay. Now reply message. So reply message contains HTTP version. Okay, it contains HTTP version. It is already there in the request also. Status code, reason, headers, and message body, resource data, message body. So this is about the HTTP request and reply. So what is content negotiation in and what is content negotiation in HTTP? So the client's request can include information as to what type of data can be represented, okay, or they can accept, for example, either language or media type. So enabling the server to choose the application that is most appropriate for the user. That is about the content negotiation. Okay, language, which language is used for the representation. So that we will discuss in the content negotiation. And authentication. So credentials and challenges are used to support password style authentication. So on the first attempt, to access a password protected.
Yes.
Who is that? Who is that? Okay, on the first attempt to access a password protected areas, so the server reply contains a server challenge. The server reply contains a challenge applicable to the resource. Okay, so for example, when a client receives a challenge, so it gets the user to type a name or a password. What is normally happen in the login page, and submit the associated credentials with the submitted request. Okay, so HTTP is implemented over TCP. Very important. Very important point here is HTTP is implemented over TCP. HTTP is implemented over TCP, and in the original version of original version of the protocol, each client server interaction consists of 3 steps. So what are those? So first step is client. There are certain steps. So very client server using HTTP. So first one is client request and server accepts a connection at the default server port or at the port specified in the URL. That is first step. That means client send a request and server accepts it. Server accepts. A means accepts, and the client send a request. And the client request. So there is a request here R from the client to the server. Okay. So whenever the client sends a request to the server, it is accepted at the server side at the default port. What is the default port for HTTP? 80. 80 is the default port for HTTP. So at this particular port, the request message is being accepted by the server, Okay, or if you don't have 80 is busy with some other application, you can specify a particular port. Okay, so at that particular port, and second thing is this is first step, and first step is client sends a request and server accept it, and the second step is client sends a request message to the server. Okay, first one is for connection establishment. First one is connection establishment. That means client sends a request to the connection establishment. And second is client sends a request message to the server. Okay, that means request message. Request message from server to client. And third thing is the server sends a reply message to the client. Only direction reverse like this. Server sends a reply to the client. And fourth one is close. Connection close. CC. That means connection close. So totally there are 4 types of messages are going on. First one is connection establishment. Second one is at a particular port. And second one is a client request. And third one is response from the server. And fourth one is connection is closed. Okay, suppose suppose the connection that is established in step 1 is closed here. So this is about the HTTP request reply mechanism. HTTP request reply mechanism. However, the need to establish and close a connection for every request reply exchange is expensive. So both in overloading the server and in sending too many messages over the network. So bearing in this in mind, the browser generally make multiple requests to the same server at a later version of protocol uses persistent connections that remain open over a series of requests. So this is what is happening in case of none. So for each request, connection is established and connection is closed means it is very expensive. So for a group of requests, we'll initiate a connection for a group of requests through how persistent connection. So what is meant by persistent connection? A persistence connection is a connection that remains open over a series of request reply exchanges between the client and server. So once a persistent connection is established, all the multiple requests are passed through that particular persistent connection. And how it is closed? It is closed by either client or the server at any time by sending an indication to the other one. So if the client send a closed connection, it will get closed. Or if server send a closed connection, it will get closed. Server gets closed. Clear? Okay. అంటే వాటి certain period అనేది ఉంటుంది idle period. So ఆ time, so if that much time it is idle, if that much time it is idle, then what happens is the particular, if that much time it is idle, that is server is idle, automatically the persistent connection get closed. Automatically the persistent connection get closed. And it is also possible that a client may receive a message from the server, okay, saying that a connection is closed while it is in the middle of sending another request or request. In such cases, what happens is the browser will resend the request without user involvement. Provided that operation involved are idempotent. Yesterday I had already told what is idempotent operation. An operation is idempotent if the resultant is not effective. For example, operations on set are idempotent. Operations on sequences are not idempotent. Clear? I hope everyone is getting what I am trying to say. So the method get. So in the last slide we have seen there is a method called get. So that is an idempotent operation. Okay. And for non-idempotent operation, the browser should consult the user to do what to do next. Suppose the operation is non-idempotent, then what to do? So that is given to user itself. So what you have to do, you can do. That is being given to the user itself. Clear? And requests and replies are marshaled into messages as ASCII text strings. Since it's in HTML, everything is strings, everything is in text. There is no binary involved, like in Corba or Java objects relation. So it is purely textual. So that means the requests and replies are marshaled in the form of text strings, ASCII text string. But resources can be represented as byte sequences. That is another point to note. And maybe compressed. Maybe compressed. I hope everyone is getting the concept behind HTTP. HTTP is what? A request reply architecture, request reply protocol. I mean, request reply architecture. So how the authentication is happening here? Okay, that we have discussed. Okay, clear? Any doubt? And resources implemented by MIME-like structures. Resource implemented by data are supplied by MIME-like structures. MIME and multi-purpose internet mail extensions. MIME అంటే ఏంటండి మల్టీపర్పస్ ఇంటర్నెట్ మెయిల్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ సో ఈ data can also be supplied as MIME-like structures in arguments and results. Okay, for example, text, sound, images, email, in email messages are specified using this MIME. ఈమెయిల్ కూడా టెక్స్ట్ మెసేజే, కానీ దాంట్లో యూజ్ చేసేటువంటి స్ట్రక్చర్ ఏంటంటే మైమ్ స్ట్రక్చర్, మల్టీపర్పస్ ఇంటర్నెట్. అంటే టెక్స్ట్ ఉంటుంది, ఇమేజెస్ ఉంటాయి, అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. సో మెయిల్లో కూడా ఇమేజ్ పంపించుకోవచ్చు కంటెంట్ లాగా. హౌ ఇది పాసిబుల్ మీన్స్ మైమ్. ఓకే, సో విత్ దిస్ HTTP request also what tomorrow you will discuss group communication, which is the last topic in the unit 2. Last topic in unit 2 is group communication. Any doubt in this request reply or RRA or HTTP? Any doubt in RRA or HTTP? Any doubt? Can I ask few questions? 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 How many messages are there in RRA? How many messages are there in RRA? What are they? How many messages are there in RRA? What are they? Can someone answer? How many messages are there in RRA and what are they? Come on, quick. Come on. How many messages are there? 3 messages. What are they? Request, reply, acknowledgement. That's it. Good. Okay. Yeah, okay. So just to start reading what we have discussed, and we will meet you tomorrow. Okay. Bye. Let me take attendance. 38. Six, 10, 14, 17, 20. And in the meantime, one question. So, what are the 4 messages in the authentication of HTTP? Can anybody say? What are the 4 messages in authentication of HTML? Connection establishment, ఇంకా request message from client to server, response from server to client, and connection termination. So these are the 4 messages which will happen in the authentication of client. Okay, bye.